good to see you. It's good to have you with us for our annual Senior Awards Night. This, you know, is one of our special nights for our seniors because we take the time and we have the privilege to honor 147 members of this class and a significant number of awards. The procedure for this evening will be that we will call students alphabetically. For instance, we may say students A to E come to the stage. We'd ask the students to take a seat at the stage, and one by one the presenter will call their names. And if they have more than one award, they will receive them all at the same time. Some of these youngsters could be here a while. In addition to that, we'd ask that at the end of the evening, if you pick up a program that will look like this, and we'll have the names of all of the awards and all of the folks who received them on it, so you can get that and carry home. I happen to know what everybody's getting. It's right here. And pretty soon we all will know. I would like to thank Dr. Pope and the senior class counselors for getting this organized so well, and to all the presenters who are here this evening, those who are faculty and staff members at North Penn, plus our visitors, welcome to North Penn, and we are indeed pleased that you have joined us and have made the contributions to these young people that you have. In a number of these awards are scholastic, some are athletic, some are for students who have contributed to activities, and some service awards from outside. We'd like you to know that the scholastic awards were determined by averages that were done at the end of the third marking period. Let's see what else I'm supposed to say. I think that takes care of my notes. Oh, one other thing. We'd ask that you hold your applause, please, until the entire group of youngsters on the stage have received their awards. Okay? That having been said, I'd like you to meet the assistant principal for 12th grade, Dr. Pope. Dr. Pope?
Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you as the assistant principal of the class of 1991. I am very grateful for having had the opportunity to work with you. Congratulations for each and every one of your achievements. I am very proud of you. At this time, to begin our program, I would like to introduce Senior Counselor, Mr. James Crawford.
Thank you, Dr. Pope, and good evening. I'd first like to ask the students with last name A through D, as in day, please come up and have a seat on the stage, please. Last name A through D. Don't be back, come right up. Just have a seat on the stage there, any place. Okay, I'd like to give a little bit more specific instruction to those on stage and those of you in the audience that will be coming up. When I call your name, please come and stand on the X, you're on stage, facing the audience while you receive your award or awards. Then return to your seat on the stage, and then we'll dismiss everyone from this group at the same time. And as Dr. Bond requested, please hold your applause until the entire group is done. Thank you. Okay, our first award this evening goes to Jeremy Albright. Jeremy receives an award from the INAC Club, Curtis Cooper Memorial Award, club member deserving recognition for service. The presenter is Mr. Ed Clavon.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford. It's with pride that I give this award to Jeremy. is a $100 certificate to a deserving NAC club member who has been of service to his organization. NAC stands for Environmental Action, and is a club that is concerned with ecology and improving the environmental situation. It is given in memory of Curtis Cooper, who died in 1983, an NAC member, in the marine bombing of the compound in Beirut, Lebanon. In his honor, then, I present this to Jeremy Albright.
Next we have Samantha Allen. Samantha's award is presented by the Lansdale Discount House for excellence in clothing, construction, and related subjects. The presenter is Mrs. Grace Leisler. Okay, next we have Denise Alcott. Denise's award comes from the the Lions Club of Hatfield. It's a special achievement award, and that will be presented by Dr. Vaughn. Denise didn't make it this evening. Okay, Dr. Vaughn. That wasn't part of the deal, Dr. Vaughn. Okay, next we have David Averbach. David will be receiving 3 awards this evening. The first from the American Association of University Women, Lansdale Branch, for outstanding academic achievement and service to others, presented by Nancy Edelman of the AAUW. David's next award comes from the American Legion, Hatfield Post number 933, for the boy with the highest academic average, presented by Rosalie Benedict.
It is with great pleasure that I present the American Legion School Awards. This is the highest honor awarded American youth by the American Legion. With this, we place emphasis on the development of the qualities of courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service. The award is designed to develop those ideals of Americanism among young people, which will make them citizens of the highest type. And we give recognition through the American Legion medals to the young man and young woman who are deemed most worthy of the high qualities of citizenship and true Americanism.
David's final award comes from the North Penn Booster Club, James B. Crawford Senior Award for the athletic letter winner with the highest scholastic average, presented by Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Next we have Anthony Baker. Anthony will be receiving 2 awards this evening. The first from the Lansdale High School class of 1935, Outstanding in the Specialized Program, presented by Mr. Jack Fink.
Each year, 2 students are selected to receive the Class of 35 award. This award celebrates the diversity of our student body here at North Penn High School and honors students who have excelled in 1 or more specialized programs. I'm honored to give this to Anthony.
Anthony's other award comes from the Welcome Wagon Club of North Penn. Is Edie Valentine here this evening? Okay, we didn't see her come in. This is for a student continuing studies in vocational technical field, presented by Dr. Ball. Wendy Barnes. Wendy's award comes from the Lions Club of North Wales for outstanding achievement in art, presented by Colleen Rosenberger. Next we have Axel Beckner-Hagen. I had a little trouble with that one, you're right. Axel's award comes from the North Penn International Friendship Committee, Outstanding Contribution to International Understanding, presented by Mr. Jim Lukens.
North Penn International Friendship Committee has 2 awards to be given this evening. I'll speak to the other one at the appropriate time. We have long enjoyed, by the way, the Friendship Committee will be celebrating its 30th anniversary this year, so for 30 years we have had an exchange program, and we have, during that time, had 2 sister schools in Germany, in Salzgitter and in Halle. Alex is from our sister school in Salzgitter, and because he has represented that kind of experience that we would like him to have, and that is, he has immersed himself totally in our program over here, has joined in, and been a real asset. And for that, the International Friendship Committee wishes to honor him with this award as our ambassador to return to Salzgitter.
Next, we have Abra Benson. Abra will be receiving several awards this evening. The first from the American Electronic Laboratories Incorporated, Outstanding in Math and Science, presented by Mr. Russ Stewart. Abra's second award is the Blackledge Rudiger Scholarship in the class of 1944, presented by Dr. Vaughn. Abra's next award comes from Kohler's Jewelry Store, Outstanding Contribution to Band, presented by Mr. Ted Heller. Abra's final award comes from the North Penn Education Association, Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Ruth Cook.
Before the evening's finished, you'll probably be tired of seeing me, and also Jeff Jordan, who is the Vice President of the North Penn Education Association, because we're going to be presenting a total of 37 awards this evening, representing the efforts of teachers throughout the entire school district through their annual Brownie sale and individual contributions to recognize our students.
Colin Burge. Colin's award comes from the North Penn High School English Department for Outstanding Writing, presented by Dr. Kathy Walsh.
Every year the English department awards one senior a prize, an award for excellence in creative writing. Colin Burge is the perfect student to win this award. He's been publishing his writing since he's been a sophomore, and he's continued right through his senior year. I've worked with him all 3 years, and I'm very proud of him.
Amanda Blair. Amanda's receiving several awards. The first, North Penn Booster Club Kenneth R. Schmidt Award, student athlete who by precept and example has been a source of inspiration to other athletes during the senior year at North Penn High School, presented by Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Amanda's second award comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Mr. Jeff Jordan. Amanda's final award comes from the Student Government Association Michael A. DeRosa Jr. Interclub Council for Pride and Spirit, presented by Mr. Jim Finnemeyer.
Thank you. The Interclub Council of North Penn High School is made up of the vice presidents of our school organizations and the captains of our athletic teams. And each year, at the end of the year, the members of that organization select 2 seniors to receive the Michael A. DeRosa Jr. Award for bringing pride and spirit to North Penn High School. And it reads, for outstanding contribution to the quality of life for all students at North Penn High School. Gifted is the leader who seeks the best for those served. Our first award this evening in that area goes to Mandy Blair. Mandy, congratulations.
service to the Green Room, presented by Mrs. Val Sinecor.
For those of you who do not know what the Green Room Club is, it is a club that has been established at North Penn High School to help students appreciate the performing arts, in particular live theater. Robin has been this year's president, and in the past she has also served as our secretary, and she has done a wonderful job, and I will miss her very much.
Robin's second award comes from the Night Crier for outstanding service to the school newspaper, presented by Ms. Janet Wegman.
This year, Robin was managing editor of the Night Crier, and as such, juggled 10 to 15 things at one time, and did so with amazing calm. We'll all miss her.
Robin's next award is from the North Penn Education Association, Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Ruth Cook. Robin's final award comes from the Women's Club of Lansdale, Outstanding English Literature over the last 3 years, presented by Mrs. Karen Gallagher. James Bovender. His award comes from the Lions Club of North Wales, Outstanding Achievement in Art, presented by Colleen Rosenberger. Brian Bowman. Brian didn't make it tonight. Brian's award was from the Wilson's Hardware of Lansdale for Outstanding Career Study Student. Ayanna Brady. Ayanna's award comes from the Sons of Italy, number 413, Outstanding in School Services and Cooperativeness, presented by Mr. Jim Finnemeyer.
One of the very important things to do in a school like North Penn High School is to be able to welcome all the new students who come into our building from all over the country and all over the world. And one of the tasks that Ayanna has done in the area of service and cooperativeness is to lead our newcomers club in welcoming those students this past year at North Penn High School. Ayanna, thank you.
Amy Brent. Amy's award comes from the Lansdale Lions Club Commitment to Youth Award, presented by Dr. Pope. Gary Buck. Gary's award comes from Silk and Fresh Florist. It's a public speaker award presented by Miss Cindy Loudon.
On behalf of the English department and the public speaking teachers, we'd like to congratulate Gary for a very, very fine speaking job.
Rachel Buckley. Rachel will be receiving several awards this evening. The first from the American Association of University Women, Lansdale Branch, Outstanding Academic Achievement and Service to Others, presented by Nancy Edelman of the AAUW. Rachel's second award comes from the North Penn chapter of National Honor Society, Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Barry Finnemeyer.
I'm very proud to be one of the co-advisors to the National Honor Society here at North Penn High School. And one of the reasons I'm very proud of the Honor Society here is the fact that each year for several years they have been able to award over $3,000 per year in scholarship money to seniors. And this year is no exception. The awards are named after Louis Ferrer, who was a student at North Penn High School and died unfortunately during his freshman year at Duke University, and we recognize his memory. We also thank the Ferrer family for their very generous contribution, and we'll talk more about that in one of the later awards. The National Honor Society tonight is giving out 13 scholarships, and these scholarships were decided upon by the junior members and awarded to senior members. Rachel is the first of these.
Rachel's next award comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mr. Jeff Jordan. Rachel's final award comes from the Philadelphia Coca-Cola Bottling Company for Excellence in Theater, presented by Cindy Loudon.
As you can see, Rachel is quite a well-rounded young woman, and we're very proud of her and the leads and all the work she's done for us in the theater. And you notice with the smile and the grace that she's up there and the mark that she hits, she'll do well. Congratulations.
Megan Bunting. Megan's award comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition, presented by Mrs. Ruth Cook. Barbara Boussard. Barbara's award comes from Juanita and Leon Stroecker for commendable achievement in English, presented by Mrs. Nancy Byron.
Barbara, a student of conscientiousness and consistency, performed excellently academically, but she also provided a pleasant spirit to the classroom. She is that kind of exemplary student that all teachers admire and enjoy.
Sherry Cable. Sherry's award comes from the Parent Council, Overall Outstanding Senior Participating in Specialized Programs, presented by Mr. Jack Fink.
The North Penn School District Parent Council recognizes 2 outstanding seniors who have taken advantage of or excelled in the high school specialized offerings. This year's first recipient is Sherry, and I'm proud to present this to her.
Robert Calarco. Robert's award is sponsored by the North Penn High School class of 1987 for an outstanding class officer, presented by Mr. George Woodbury. Avril Campbell. Avril will be receiving several awards. The first from the Democratic Women's Club of North Penn area, Outstanding Citizen and Outstanding Grades in History and or Political Science, presented by Dr. Gail Reed. Avril's second award comes from the Lansdale Medical Group for a student going into the medical profession or allied career, presented by Dr. Vaughn. Avril's next award comes from the North Penn Booster Club, Outstanding in French, presented by Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Avril's final award comes from the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society, Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Madeline Torak. Christopher Canavan. Christopher's first award comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition, presented by Mr. Jeff Jordan. Chris's second award comes from the North Penn High School Social Studies Department Above and Beyond Award, presented by Dr. Gail Reed. next student will be David Chapman. David will be receiving 2 awards. The first, Penny Gardner Memorial Scholarship, Student Outstanding in the Performing Arts, presented by Cindy Loudon.
Penny Gardner, now deceased, was very famous in the entire area for her contribution to all of the arts, and especially to dance. This award, given by the Gardner family, recognizes the student in all of the performing arts. David sings, he dances, and he acts, and he's going to do fantastic in his future. Thank you.
David's other award this evening comes from the North Penn High School Chorus, Greatest Contribution to Chorus, presented by Mr. Davis Giersch.
And with this award, we recognize David's many contributions to chorus, chamber singers, ambassadors, district, regional, all-state chorus, and for the many times he assisted me in conducting rehearsals and performances.
Garrett Clemmer. Garrett is not here this evening. His award was made possible by Display and Science Center Incorporated for an outstanding work-study program student. Maggie Coles. Maggie's award is presented by the North Penn School District Secretaries Association, Most Improved Graduating Secretarial Student, presented by Nancy Park. Michelle Dudarian. Michelle didn't make it this evening. Michelle was to receive 2 awards. The first, North Penn High School Athletic Department Award, Good Sports Person Today, Better Citizen Tomorrow. And her other award was from Ursinus College. It's a scholarship presented by Dr. Pope, but Michelle is not here. Okay, Eric Deal. Eric's award this evening is the John Newman Memorial Award for Outstanding Brass Instrumentalist, presented by Ted Heller. Ed DiNapoli. Ed's award comes from Hamburg, Rubin, Mullen, and Maxwell for a student entering pre-law, paralegal, or legal secretarial studies, presented by Dr. Baum. Arthur Douglas is next, and we received the word already that he would not be attending. His first award was from the North Penn High School Athletic Department, Most Athletic Improvement over a 3-year period. And his other award was from the North Penn Valley Boys and Girls Club, J. Scott DuBois Memorial Award, to further the education of a member of the North Penn High School and North Penn Valley Boys and Girls Club soccer teams. Okay, and finally, Dilip Dudat also would not be attending this evening. He had informed us he was to receive the North Penn High School Mathematics Faculty Award for Excellence in Mathematics. Okay, this concludes the first portion for the A through D students. You may recognize them. Okay, A through D's, you may return to the audience. And while they're going down, we can have the next group come up, F through H. Last name F through H. You may come up to the stage. Once again, we'll ask you to hold your applause until the whole group has received their awards. First up of this group, Austin Fairfield. Austin will be receiving 2 awards this evening. First, from the North Penn High School English Department for English Proficiency, presented by Dr. Kathy Walsh.
The English Department awards a Proficiency Award to the student, the senior who has the highest verbal SAT score. Austin is that student this year.
Austin's other award this evening comes from the Zeswitz Music Company, Outstanding Contribution to North Penn High School Jazz Band, presented by Ted Heller. Tanya Fisher. Tanya's award this evening comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Ruth Cook. Amy Fishman is next. Amy will be receiving 3 awards this evening. First, from the Alpha Delta Kappa Sorority, Outstanding Achievement in Social Studies, presented by Dr. Gail Reed. Next award comes from the North Penn Booster Club, Outstanding in Spanish, presented by Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Amy's final award comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Jeff Jordan. Derek Fitzgerald. Derek's award comes from the North Penn Music Aids James Morrison Memorial Award, Outstanding Contribution to North Penn High School Jazz Band, presented by Ted Heller. Carrie Flango. Carrie will be receiving 3 awards this evening. First, from the DeVos Music Store, Outstanding Contribution to Band and Chorus, presented by Mr. Davis Gears.
Corey's done a great job as a percussionist for both the chorus and the band. Quite well. Thanks.
It was band and chorus. That's why I was looking around a little bit. I wasn't sure if it was going to be 2 presenters, one or the other. Carrie's second award comes from the North Penn Booster Club, Outstanding in Physics, presented by Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Carrie's final award from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Ruth Cook. Joanne Frank. Joanne will be receiving 2 awards this evening. First, Roseanne Ross Memorial Art Award for a student continuing education in art, presented by Colleen Rosenberger. And Joanne's other award this evening comes from the Welsh Valley Preservation Society, Outstanding in History, presented by Dr. Gail Reed. Drew Fries. Drew's Singers Award this evening comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award presented by Jeff Jordan. Michael Furman. Michael's award this evening is made possible by the North Penn Reporter for Contemporary Issues Award presented by Dr. Gail Reed. James Garfield. James is receiving 2 awards this evening. First, from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award presented by Ruth Cook. His other award comes from the North Penn Music Aids Carl A. Thompson Scholarship to a student entering music education who made the greatest contribution to music, presented by Ted Heller. Amy Gerhardt. Amy's award this evening comes from the North Penn Music Aids Robin J. Mattis Memorial Award, Outstanding Contribution to the North Penn High School Marching Knights Band Front, presented by Ted Heller. Tushar Gohel. Tushar will be receiving 3 awards this evening. First, the Mathematical Association of America contest winner, presented by Russ Stewart.
I just need to say something about this one in particular. We give an annual math contest each year that approximately 150 students in the high school compete in, and Tushar was the highest winner in the high school and also had a score good enough to compete at the next level, and for that we commend him.
Tushar's second award, North Penn High School Mathematics Faculty Award for Excellence in Mathematics, presented again by Mr. Stewart. Tushar's final award this evening comes from the North Penn High School Science Faculty for Commendable Achievement in Science, presented by Jim Lukens.
Each year we have so many fine students taking various science courses that we found it necessary to create a number of awards to honor those that we felt performed outstandingly in the various fields of science. While we do have several special awards which will be made to various other individuals, that left a great number of people that we felt should still be recognized for their outstanding achievement in science. And the faculty here at the high school contributed to these awards, and the first one this evening is to Tushar.
Lavinia Gottschall. Lavinia's award this evening comes from the Women of the Moose, number 720, Nurses Training Award, presented by Dr. Pope. Andrew Greenberg. Andrew's award this evening comes from the Veterans of Foreign Wars Auxiliary number 32, Outstanding Spirit of Americanism, presented by Dr. Reed. Donald Hom. Donald will be receiving 3 awards tonight. First, the North Penn Chapter National Honor Society Louis Ferreira Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Barry Finmeyer. Don's second award comes from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition, presented by Jeff Jordan. And Don's final award, Student Services Company, North Penn High School Administration Award, Outstanding Services to North Penn High School, Presentation by Dr. Ball. Michael Hammerschmidt. Michael will be receiving 2 awards this evening. The first, North Penn High School Class of 1990, Outstanding Dedication and Commitment to the Class of 91, presented by Mr. George Woodbury. Mike's other award comes from the Student Government Association, Michael A. DeRosa Jr., Interclub Council, Pride and Spirit Award, presented by Jim Finnemeyer.
The student body of North Penn High School would not be surprised to find Mike Hammerschmidt being the winner of this award this year. A week and a half ago in this auditorium, we celebrated our National Excellence Award in a large assembly program. As part of that assembly program, Dr. Bond introduced to the student body the new mascot of North Penn High School, which was designed by Justin Call. And our mascot came down the center aisle, and Dr. Bond said to the student body, "Who do you think is in this mascot uniform?" And without hesitation, the student body yelled, "Mike Hammerschmidt." Mike is the winner of the second of the 2 North Penn High School Pride and Spirit Award. Thank you, Mike.
Julia Hahn. Julia will be receiving 2 awards this evening. First, from the North Penn Education Association, Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Ruth Cook. Julia's other award comes from the Valley Forge chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution, Outstanding Work, Cooperation, Citizenship, Dependability, Leadership, and Personality, presented by Dr. Pope. Michelle Hahn. Michelle is not here this evening. Her award was made possible by the Hatfield Women's Civic Club Isla Whitmer Memorial Nursing Scholarship. We'll see that she receives it. Greta Hannum. Greta is receiving the Dorothy R. Diamond Memorial Award this evening for expository writing, presented by Dr. Walsh.
The Dorothy R. Diamond Award is presented to a senior for outstanding achievement in expository writing. That means Greta can support a thesis statement and make a good argument. She also writes beautiful poetry and well-crafted short stories, and her published writings will attest to this. Greta, we'll miss you next year.
Richard Hawkins. Richard's award this evening is made possible by the Hatfield Shop and Save Incorporated, Outstanding in Mechanical Drawing, presented by Mr. Bill Waddington. Adam Hoffman. Adam will be receiving several awards. First one from the Dutch County Players, student going on to further talents in theater arts, presented by Cindy Loudon.
The Dutch Country Players is one of the many fine theater performance groups in the area, and they are recognizing with Adam a student who is going on continuing his studies in theater. And also, Adam is one of those triple threats. He acts, he sings, he dances, and he also teaches. Thanks, Adam, for all your work.
Adam's next award is made possible by the North Penn Booster Club, Outstanding in German, presented by Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Next, the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Jeff Jordan. his final award, North Penn International Friendship Committee, A. Walter Lukens Memorial Award, Outstanding Goodwill Ambassador as a North Penn High School exchange student, presented by Jim Lukens.
This is the second of the awards to be presented by the International Friendship Committee. About 25 years ago, my parents became involved in the International Friendship Club. During that time, they remained active until my father passed away about 8 years ago, and my mother has remained active. They have housed, in that time, 7 exchange students and have been back up to numerous others. So we've had a rich experience. Unfortunately, all of it was after I went away to college and found my own life. But my brothers and sister did enjoy that international friendship. My father firmly believed that the only way to have true world peace was not from government to government, but from individual to individual. And because of that, he had this commitment to the International Friendship Exchange Student Program. When he passed away, the International Friendship Committee sought a way to carry on these ideals. And they created the A. Walter Lukens Jr. Memorial Award. And each year it is given to an exchange student who best exemplifies these things. And in doing so becomes possibly the best thing that we can produce in this country. And that's a goodwill ambassador to all.
Patrick Hogan. Patrick will be receiving several awards tonight. First, Democratic Party of the North Penn Area, Special Achievement in Government, presented by Joan Nagel. Next, the Lansdale Jaycees, Dr. Charles Russell Memorial Award, an outstanding senior, presented by Mr. Bob Schunke.
The Dr. Roselle Memorial Award was established for a young man that was instrumental in founding the Lansdale chapter of then the Junior Chamber of Commerce some 44 years ago, but never had an opportunity to see it grow because of his untimely death. The Lansdale Jaycees, the young men and women of the Lansdale Jaycees, Pat, are very proud to present you with this recognition. Thank you.
Next award, North Penn Chapter, National Honor Society, Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Barry Finnemeyer. Patrick's final award from the North Penn Student Government Association, Outstanding Member of SGA, presented by Jim Finnemeyer.
The Student Government Association North Penn High School is a very diverse organization made up of many fine leaders. It was a great pleasure that we present this first of 2 awards to an outstanding senior, to Patrick Hogan.
Mingi Han. Mingi's award comes from the Volunteer Medical Service Corps. Frank E. Boston, MD Memorial Award, Outstanding in Loyalty, Mercy, and Humanity, presented by Dr. Pope. Dawn Hoops. Dawn will be receiving 2 awards tonight. First award is sponsored by the North Penn High School class of 1984, Outstanding Class Steering Committee Member, presented by Nancy Clark. Dawn's other award comes from the Women of the Elks, North Penn Lodge, number 1979, Outstanding Career Studies Student, also presented by Nancy Park. John Hughes. John's Award is the Parent Council Award for overall outstanding senior participating in specialized programs, presented by Jack Fink. Scott Hughes. Scott's Award is made possible by radio station WNPV, outstanding in the field of broadcasting and communications, presented by Dr. Vaughn. Charles Hurst. Charles is receiving several awards tonight. First, the Bishop Smith Thompson Scholarship from the class of 1931, presented by Dr. Pope. Next, the North Penn Chapter of National Honor Society, Louis Ferreira Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Barry Finnemeyer. North Penn Education Association, Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Ruth Cook. Charles's final award this evening comes from the Republican Party, Area 9, Special Achievement in Government, presented by Dr. Gail Reed. Okay, you may recognize this group of students. May return to your seats in the audience. In the meantime, we would ask students with last name J through MC to come forward to the stage, please. J through MC. Next group will be announced by one of our senior counselors, Ms. Carrie Doyle, who I want to make special mention at this point in time did a tremendous amount of work in getting this whole program together. And I want to thank her very much, as I'm sure everybody else involved would like to thank her for the countless hours. Thanks very much, Carrie.
Thank you. The first recipient in this group is Cynthia Jacobs. Cindy is receiving from the Lansdale Florist the award for being the Outstanding Work-Study Student. This is presented by Mrs. Nancy Park. Next, Robert Johannesson. Rob is receiving several awards. The first from the North Penn Booster Club, Outstanding in Math, presented by Ruth Worthington. Rob's next award, the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Jeff Jordan. Rob's next award, the North Penn High School Instrumental Music Department John Philip Sousa Band Award for the greatest contribution to music. This is presented by Ted Heller.
Rob has had an outstanding musical career here at the high school, participating in most of the ensembles that we have to offer, and also being recognized through the PMEA at the district, regional, and all-state orchestra level, and quite proud of him. Thanks, Rob.
Rob's last award is the Carl A. Thompson Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Band or Band Front Member Continuing Education at an Accredited College. This is also being presented by Mr. Heller. Next is Valerie Johnson. Valerie is receiving 2 awards this evening. The first from the North Penn Singers, the Alvin Schmidt Music Scholarship, presented by Joanne Murphy and Marcia Bettner.
Upon Mr. Schmidt's retirement last spring as director of the North Penn Singers, we established a scholarship in his name to honor him for all of his hard work and his dedication to North Penn schools and the community. It is our pleasure to award a scholarship to Valerie Johnson.
Valerie's other award from the patrons of the North Penn Student Orchestra's National School Orchestra Association Award in recognition of singular merit and outstanding contribution to the success of the school orchestra. Mr. Phil Tackett is making this presentation.
Perhaps the most significant criterion of this award is the recipient is a person who has made music a more meaningful experience for all those folks who went through the program with her.
Next is Jessica Kinsey. Jessica is receiving from the American Olean Tile Company an award for being the outstanding student in office employment. Presenting this award is Mrs. Nancy Park. Next is Heidi Koffel. Heidi is the recipient of the David P. Dunbrack Memorial Award. And presenting the award is Miss Wendy Dunbrack.
This award was established in my father's memory when he passed away a few years ago. My father worked helped out in the school district for many years and believed in the young people of the community. His award is given to a student who plans to further her education in some way.
Next is Justin Kolb. Justin will be receiving several awards, the first of which is from Clemens Markets for Outstanding in Business Management, presented by Mrs. Nancy Park. Next, from the Fraternal Order of Eagles Auxiliary number 1761, the award for being outstanding in courtesy. This is presented by Mr. George Woodbury. Next, from the Mary Brook Garden Club, an award for excellence in botany. Mr. Ed Clavon will present this award.
This young man does so many things so well, I would trust him with my wife's prized flowering delphinium.
Justin's next award is from the North Penn Booster Club, Outstanding in Academic English. And the presenter is Mrs. Karen Gallagher.
The North Penn Booster Club Award is given to Justin and recognizes his outstanding proficiency in academic English. With a highly consistent performance, Justin has achieved a very high level of excellence. He's gone beyond the ordinary to the extraordinary. He's a real special man.
That's okay, Mrs. Worthington, you can stay up there. Justin's next award is also from the North Penn Booster Club. This is the Kenneth R. Schmidt Award for the student athlete who, by precept and example, has been a source of inspiration to other athletes during senior year at North Penn. And presenting this award is Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Justin's last award is from the North Penn High School Physical Education Department, the Charles Bond Memorial Award for Outstanding Physical Education Student. Presenting this award is Mr. Don Ryan. Next is Kirk Kralik. Kirk is receiving from the North Penn Booster Club an award for being the Outstanding AVTS Student. Presenting this award is Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Kevin Kratz. Kevin is receiving from the North Penn Education Association the Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Ruth Cook. Eric Langsdorf. Eric is receiving from the Quaker State Vending Company the award for Outstanding Contribution to North Penn High School Athletic Department, presented by Don Ryan. Next we have Eric Larson. From Pentamation, Eric is receiving the award for being outstanding in computer science. Presenting this award is Mr. Russ Stewart. Next we have Masenga Lee. Senga will be receiving 3 awards this evening. The first is from the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society, Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Madeline Turok. Her second award is from the North Penn Education Association, the Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Jeff Jordan. And her final award is from the Veterans of Foreign Wars of Auxiliary Number 32 for Outstanding Spirit of Americanism, presented by Dr. Reed. Next we have Alyssa Leibowitz. Alyssa will be receiving several awards. The first is the H. James Finnemeyer Award for Outstanding Student Leader, presented.
Thank you. This award was created 4 years ago after I was recognized nationally by the National Student Leaders Organization. And the award was created by the activity advisors here at North Penn High School and is selected by all the activity advisors here at North Penn High School and goes to the student who is determined to be the outstanding student leader of North Penn High School in that year. This year's award recipient for her work in many school organizations, and particularly her role in the Student Government Association, in the Night Crier, and the National Honor Society, is Alyssa Leibowitz. Congratulations, Alyssa.
Alyssa's next award is from the Night Crier for Outstanding Service to the School Newspaper, presented by Ms. Janet Wegman.
I've been known to rant and rave about how wonderful Alyssa is, so I'll keep it short. But I do want you to know that she was named Outstanding Journalist in Pennsylvania. In the Eastern region, she's won a national award for page design. But day to day, she's a motivator, an organizer, and a pleasure to be with because her sense of humor won't quit. Thank you.
Alyssa Alyssa's next award is the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Madeline Turok. And Alyssa's final award is from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Mrs. Ruth Cook. Next is Pamela Logan. Pam is receiving 2 awards. The first from the AVTS Council for Outstanding Contribution to the North Penn High School VOTEC Council. This will be presented by Mr. Jeff Twyford.
Thank you. The AVTS Student Council was established 4 years ago to facilitate communication between North Monco AVTS students and North Penn High School, to promote recognition of the unique and special accomplishments of AVTS students, and to organize our annual vocational exposition. Pam has served enthusiastically on the council for 3 years, and her leadership on the council has been invaluable.
Pam's second award is from the North Penn Booster Club for Outstanding AVTS Student, presented by Mrs. Ruth Worthington. Next we have Paul Logan. From the Lions Club of Hatfield, Paul is receiving their Special Achievement Award. It's being presented by Dr. Vaughn. Michelle Lux. Michelle is receiving from the Hatfield Chamber of Commerce an award for being outstanding in academics. Dr. Pope will present the award. Donald Lynch. Don is receiving from the American Legion McLeod Mail Post number 336 the award for Outstanding in Industrial Arts, which was just presented by Mr. Bill Waddington. Chantel Mack. Chantel receives from the Lansdale Discount House an award for a superior contribution in the field of clothing and textiles. This award is presented by Mrs. Grace Leister. Next we have Derek McMahon. Derek is receiving 3 awards. The first, from the Backstage Theater Shop, an award for dedication and leadership in dance. Presenting this award is Ms. Cindy Loudon.
Not only does he dance and dance very, very well on stage and has done so in all of our shows, but he also drills. So if you have ever seen any of our shows, you know that some of their expertise is because that he's standing there and clicking his fingers and making them do it properly. Thanks, Derek.
Derek's second award is from the North Penn High School Chorus for Outstanding Contribution to Chorus, presented by Mr. Davis Giersch.
And with this award, we recognize Derek's many contributions to the Chamber Singers, Ambassadors, District, Regional, All-State Chorus, and as President of the North Penn High School Chorus.
Derek's last award from the North Penn High School Theater Department, the Director's Award, presented by Ms. Cindy Loudon.
You heard Mr. Giersch and what he said, and I can only echo that. He's a fine actor, a fine dancer, a fine singer, and a fine young man, and it takes that little bit extra for the entire team of directors for all the theater programs to make that decision as to who will win the Director's Award. And I'm very proud, Derek, that you've done it, and it will hang in the back of the auditorium. Congratulations, and thanks for everything you've done for us.
Next is Christy McGee. Christy couldn't be with us this evening. She was receiving from the Lansdale Business and Professional Women's Club the award for the outstanding scholastic improvement over the last 3 years. Next is Avron Marcus. Avron is receiving several awards, the first of which is the Blackledge Rudiger Scholarship from the class of 1944, presented by Dr. Poe. Avron is also receiving the John Huber Memorial Scholarship, presented by Dr. Bond. Next, from the North Penn Booster Club for Outstanding in Social Studies, presented by Ruth Worthington. Avron is also the recipient of the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Finnemeyer. And the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Jeff Jordan. From the, no, not quite. Next, from the North Penn High School Science Department, the Albert R. Stewart Award, Outstanding Achievement in Chemistry 2, presented by Mr. Jim Lukens.
For those of you who may not know, Al Stewart was department chairman of the science department for a number of years, and during his tenure here taught the Chemistry 2 level course for quite a few years. When he retired from teaching, we developed this award in honor of him, and it goes to the outstanding student in Chemistry 2 this year, Avron.
Avron's final award is the Edward Pickens Memorial Award, presented by Dr. Pope. Next, we have Jennifer McBreen. Jennifer is receiving from the Bambi Day School an award for Outstanding Student Entering the Field of Early Education, presented by Dr. Bond. Next is Catherine McCluskey. Kathy's receiving 2 awards. The first, the American Association of University Women Lansdale Branch, Outstanding Academic Achievement and Service to Others, presented by Nancy Edelman. Kathy's second award from the Knights of Columbus Pius IX Council number 4396, Outstanding in Civic and or Church Affairs, presented by Dr. Pope. Next is Tim McDermott. Tim is receiving several awards, the first of which, the Gennardi Sports Award for the Outstanding Senior Athlete, presented by Don Ryan. Next, Tim is the recipient of the George J. Lee Jr. Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Paul Feinstein. Next, Tim receives from the Marybrook Garden Club the Award for Excellence in Ecology, presented by Mr. Ed Clavon.
I know Tim not only as an outstanding athlete, but also as an outstanding student in my ecology class. I find him a provocative thinker, a concerned citizen, and a dedicated scholar.
Next, Tim is receiving the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Barry Finnemeyer. Tim's last award from the North Penn Education Association, the Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Mrs. Ruth Cook. The last recipient in this group, Eric McNally, could not be with us tonight. He was the recipient of the North Penn. You're in charge. Strike that. Eric McNally is here tonight, and he is receiving the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Jeff Jordan. And that's all for this group. Instruct this group also. You've been doing such a fine job. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Royal Unzicker, also a member of the counseling staff for the class of 91.
Thank you. The first recipient in this group is Rajan Mehta. Rajan's award is the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Cook. Nicole Melnick. Nicole is receiving 2 awards, the first of which is from the Democratic Party of North Penn Area, Special Achievement in Government, presented by Mrs. Nagel. Nicole's second award is from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mr. Jordan. Tracy Miller is the next recipient. Tracy's award is the Alvin Smith Music Scholarship from the North Penn Singers, presented by Mrs. Joanne Murphy.
This scholarship was established to encourage our young people to continue their interest and their education in music. The North Penn Singers are pleased to present the Alvin Schmidt Scholarship to Tracy Miller.
Deidre Minnemeyer. The first of Deidre's 2 awards is the Alpha Delta Kappa Sorority for continuing study in the field of education. This is presented by Dr. Bond. Deidre's other award is from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Cook. Next is Robert Misra. Robert's award is from the Hatfield Chamber of Commerce for outstanding achievement in the academic area, presented by Dr. Pope. Timothy Moll. Tim is receiving 2 awards. The first is from the North Penn Booster Club for outstanding in academic English, presented by Mrs. Worthington.
The English department is very pleased tonight because we normally only give 1 award in this category, and we're able to give 2 awards this year in academic English. And I am told For all of you who take vocabulary tests out there, this young man has 100% in all units this year.
Tim's second award is the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mr. Jordan. Next is Megan Monahan. Megan's recognition is her appointment to the U.S. Air Force Academy, presented by Major Allison Pickney.
At the entrance to the United States Air Force Academy is a big sign that goes across the top that says, "Bring me men." Many of the women in the first class with me felt that they ought to change that sign until we learned that these words were printed in a poem at the feet of a very famous woman, one that represented determination, go-gettedness, integrity, honor, freedom, and strength. Her name is the Statue of Liberty. That knowledge changed our attitude as she represented a symbol and a model for us. Megan Kathleen Monahan, you represent those same outstanding qualities, which is why it is a pleasure for me to represent the United States Air Force, to present you with an appointment to the Air Force Academy. An appointment is equivalent of a 4-year scholarship. Megan competed with approximately 15,000 other high school seniors and is one of 1,400 to receive the award. While Megan is a cadet, the Air Force will pay her all room, board, and tuition, and an additional $540 a month paycheck. We estimate that this scholarship is worth approximately $225,000 over the 4-year period. Again, on behalf of the United States Air Force, I salute you, Megan, on receiving this scholarship.
Exceptional Progress in Specialized Programs. This is presented by Mrs. Dawson.
The John Fazzini Memorial Award is given in honor of John Fazzini, a former Pupil Services Director. The award will be presented to 2 students tonight who have met the criteria of responsibility, attendance, academic achievement, respect for others, and personal growth. And the first award goes to John Ortez.
Jennifer Pappas is the next recipient. Jennifer is receiving the Troubadour Award for Outstanding Contribution to the School Magazine. It's presented by Mr. Gilbert.
This is the latest issue just published today of the 1991 North Penn High School Literary Magazine. In any organization, a few dedicated people do most of the work. One of my senior co-editors this year was Jennifer Pappas, who was with me 3 years, and she did excellent work.
Niraj Patel. Niraj is receiving 3 awards. The first is presented by the Indo-American Club for special achievement to a college-bound student.
On behalf of the Indo-American Club, it gives me great pleasure to present this award to Mr. Patel. This award is presented every year to a student who has excelled in academic as well as extracurricular activities.
The second award for Niraj is the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Finneman. And lastly, the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Cook. Laura Patterson. Laura is receiving the Ursinus College Scholarship, presented by Dr. Baum. Matthew Patton. Matthew's award is for an outstanding senior from the Phi Beta Kappa Book Award presented by Dr. Pope. Matthew, you get one more. I think you'll like this one. From the U.S. Air Force ROTC Scholarship presented by Major Allison.
It's a pleasure for me to represent the United States Air Force and present this 4-year Air Force ROTC scholarship to Matthew E. Payton. The competition was especially tough this year. Over 17,000 high school seniors from across the United States applied for the 4,000 scholarship slots. Matthew's scholarship is worth up to $8,000 per year over a 4-year period. On behalf of Brigadier General Robin G. Torno, Commandant, United States Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps, I would like to extend a hearty congratulations to Matthew, and I salute you as well.
Next is Gregory Pavlichko. Greg's award is from Merck Sharp and Dome for exceptional interest and ability in biology, presented by Mr. Clavan. Anthony Piscini. Anthony's award is from the ANAC Club, the Curtis Cooper Memorial Award, for a student planning to enter the field of environmental science and/or contributing to solutions of environmental problems, presented by Mr. Clavan.
This is the second award given by the Environmental Action Club. Some youth in our high school are very dedicated in preserving and cleaning the environment. The other day at the supermarket, a young lady and her father were in front of my wife in line, and the young lady brought a plant that Gennardi was selling for $1. And she says, "Dad, it cleans the atmosphere, holds back the greenhouse effect, and prevents erosion." He said, "Put it back." Turned to my wife and said, as she dutifully returned it, "It's too late anyway." This boy does not have that pessimistic opinion.
Lisa Phillips. Lisa's award is from the Lansdale High School class of 1935 for outstanding work in a specialized program, presented by Mr. Fink. The next recipient is Tara Pignoli. Tara is receiving the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mr. Jordan. Jennifer Pinkowski. Jennifer is receiving an Outstanding Writing Award presented by North Penn High School English Department, presented by Mrs. Gallagher.
This is the second award for creative writing this evening, and we're pleased that a co-editor of The Troubadour and a 1991 winner of the AAUW Writing Contest is receiving it. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Rachel Pinsley. Rachel's receiving the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Mrs. Cook. Christy Porter. I guess she's absent tonight. She is receiving the Ursinus College Scholarship. Dina Procaccini. Dina is is receiving 2 awards. The first is from the Ford Electronics and Refrigeration for a student whose interest and progress in the field of science was outstanding, presented by Mr. Lukens.
This is the first of 2 awards this evening that will be presented by the Ford Electronics and Refrigeration Division. And judging by the past couple of weeks, Dina, I'd say you got a wonderful future in refrigeration.
Dina's other award is also her Science College Scholarship Award, presented by Dr. Pope. The next recipient is Robert Radel. Rob's first award is the North Penn High School Science Faculty Award for Commendable Achievement in Science, presented by Mr. Lukens. And the second award is the Anthony L. Reesner Award for a student entering dentistry, dental hygiene, or related fields, presented by Dr. Bond. Nicole Ransom. Nicole's award is from the Fraternal Order of Eagles Auxiliary number 1761, Outstanding in Courtesy, presented by Mrs. Park. Cheryl Root. Cheryl's award comes from Clements Markets for a student outstanding in home economics. It's presented by Mrs. Leister. Julie Rollins. Julie's award is from the North Penn High School class of 1984, Outstanding Class Steering Committee Member, presented by Mr. Woodbury. Lisa Rudolph. Lisa is receiving 2 awards. The first is from the Lansdale Kiwanis for Outstanding Contribution to the Community Affairs, presented by Dr. Pope. And her second is the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mr. Jordan. Elizabeth Russell. Elizabeth is receiving 3 awards. The first is the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Cook. Her second is the North Penn High School Chorus Award for Outstanding Ability in Vocal Music, presented by Mr. Giersch.
With this award, we again recognize and thank Liz for so many memorable performances.
And her last award is from the A.K. Shear Company to an Outstanding Actress, presented by Miss Loudon.
North Penn Theater has also benefited from a beautiful voice and a beautiful young woman on our stage, and she has quite a future. Thank you.
And this completes this group of students. Let's give them a round. While they're returning to their seats, we'll ask students S through Z. First recipient in this group is Gregory Southey. Greg's award is from the Hartman Family Wrestling Award to a wrestler entering pre-dental, pre-med, life sciences, or allied health science field, presented by Mr. Pavon.
Especially honored to give this award to Greg tonight because he made exceptional progress not only in athletics but in his academic career too, which we're especially proud of.
Catherine Schoenfelder. Catherine will be receiving 3 awards. The first is American Association of University Women for Outstanding Academic Achievement and Service to Others, presented by Nancy Edelman. Her second award is the North Penn Booster Club Outstanding Achievement in Latin, presented by Mrs. Viridoli. I guess it's by Mrs. Worthington. And Catherine's final award is the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society Louis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Turner. Janet Schmidt is the next recipient. Janet's award is the North Penn High School Spirit of Horatio Alger Award for Outstanding Determination, Perseverance, and Self-Reliance, presented by Dr. Fong. Wendy Skirzak. Wendy is receiving an award from the North Penn High School Science Faculty for Commendable Achievement in Science, presented by Mr. Lukens. Kimberly Snyder. Kim's award is from the Green Room Club for service to North Penn Theater, presented by Mrs. Cynical.
This award is given to a student who has shown outstanding dedication in all aspects of the field of theater. Kim has served as secretary for Green Room, and she's also served as student director for shows this year. Her energy is absolutely contagious, and I'm very proud to give her this award.
William Spencer. Looks like William's not here tonight. He is receiving from the American William Tile Outstanding Achievement in Accounting. Michael Schranek. Mike is receiving the North Penn High School Athletic Department Award, Good Sports Person Today, Better Citizen Tomorrow, presented by Mr. Ryan. C. Robert Steinbach, Jr. Rob's award is from the Knights of Columbus, Pius IX Council 4396 for outstanding in civic and or church affairs, presented by Dr. Cook. Leanne Staley. Leanne is receiving the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mr. Jordan. Next recipient is Brian Sternberg. Brian's award is the Carl Hoppe Memorial Award for a student entering the field of physical education, presented by Dr. Long. Jason Strauss. Jason receives the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Mrs. Cook. Jennifer Strong. Jennifer's award is from the North Penn High School Athletic Department for an outstanding athlete, presented by Dr. Ryan. Next is Melanie Strong. Melody will be receiving 2 awards. The first is from the LBM Office Environments for Special Achievement in Behavioral Sciences, presented by Dr. Reed. And her second award is the Jean K. Buck Award from the North Penn High School Home Economics Department for Outstanding Performance in Home Economics, presented by Mrs. Leister. Albert Sweet. I guess Albert is absent tonight. The next recipient then is Karen Taylor. Karen is receiving the Stephen E. Frederick Music Award, Most Outstanding Contribution to North Penn High School Band Program, presented by Mr. Steve Frederick.
It is indeed an honor to present this first, what I hope is an annual award to Karen Taylor for her participation, leadership, and style as a member of our North Penn High School band program. Congratulations.
I would like to back up just a little bit. I forgot to mention what Albert Sweet's award was. It's from Hatfield Quality Meats for Outstanding in ABTS Food Preparation Management Technology course. He will be attending a 4-year college program next year. The next recipient is Amy Thomas. Amy's award is from Silk and Fresh Florist. It's a public speaking award presented by Ms. Loudon.
Amy, on behalf of the North Penn High School English Department, the public speaking classes, Mr. Lassen and I congratulate you on your fine communication skills.
Patricia Thomas is our next recipient. Trish is receiving from Gennardi the Outstanding Senior Athlete Award, presented by Mr. Ryan. Cherish Teetsworth. Cherish is receiving a Troubadour Award for Outstanding Contribution to our school magazine, presented by Mr. Gilbert. Grace Slay. Grace is receiving one of many awards. The first is the American Legion William E. Hare Post number 206 for highest average over the last 3 years, presented by Dr. Cope. The American Legion Hatfield Post number 933 is also presenting an award to the girl with the highest academic average, presented by Mrs. Benedict. Continental Bank presents an award for the highest average, presented by Dr. Bond. Hatfield Shop and Save presents an award to Grace for outstanding achievement in social studies, presented by Dr. Reed.
This is my last trip up here tonight, and I would like to publicly thank all the organizations that have made the Social Studies Awards possible. And I'd like to say to Grace and all the other people who got a Social Studies Award, we're extremely proud. We really are.
This award for Grace is from the James Way Corporation and is given to the student who has the highest scholastic performance, presented by Dr. Pope. Next is the North Penn Booster Club James B. Crawford Award. It's the letter winner with the highest scholastic average, presented by Mrs. Worthington. Need help there, guys? The next award is from the North Penn chapter of the National Honor Society Lewis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship, Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Finneman.
Mrs. Tarak and Mrs. and I are presenting this award jointly tonight, and we need to explain a little bit about what makes this award slightly different from some of the other National Honor Society awards we've given this evening. The Ferrer family has been exceedingly generous with the money that they have contributed to our scholarship fund, and they were very anxious that we present an award of significance to one of our members. And after discussion with Mrs. Ferrer, we had decided that it would be appropriate to give an award that would be renewable for 4 years. So Grace is receiving the first of what we hope will be an annual award, and it will be renewable for each of the 4 years she is in college.
Grace is also receiving a North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Mr. Jordan. And lastly, Student Government Association is presenting Grace an award for Outstanding SGA Contribution, presented by Mr. Finneman.
In addition to being the valedictorian of the class of 1991, the Triangle Club recipient for North Penn High School as the outstanding scholar athlete, the president of the National Honor Society of North Penn High School. The Student Government Association would like to close the series of awards for Grace by recognizing also her tremendous service to North Penn High School and to the Student Government Association. Grace is one of our 2 students that since August of last year through today has recognized the birthday of every student at North Penn High School with lollipops and a display outside the cafeteria. Grace, thank you for your contributions to North Penn High School in many ways, particularly your contribution to SGA, outstanding contributor.
The next recipient is Jami Varghese. Jami is receiving an award from Nash Printing for his outstanding contribution to the accolade staff. It's presented by Mrs. Gallagher.
I know that the advisors of the accolade wish they were here tonight to congratulate you. He has done an outstanding job with the accolade. The number of hours, the expertise, and the talent that he has given to the accolade will all be evident to you on Thursday. We congratulate you. Thank you.
Next is Jeremy Victor. Jeremy is receiving 2 awards. The first is the Blackledge Ruderbush Scholarship from the class of 1944, presented by Dr. Bond. And secondly, from Berg Sharp and Doan, an award for exceptional interest and ability in chemistry, presented by Mrs. Finneman. Linda's award is from the Volunteer Medical Service Corps, the Frank E. Bostrom, MD Memorial Award for Outstanding in Loyalty, Mercy, and Humanity, presented by Dr. Cook. The next recipient is Scott Walker. Scott is receiving 3 awards. The first from Ford Electronics and Refrigeration for interest and progress in the field of science, presented by Mr. Cavallo.
God has testimony that our students are versatile. They can do a lot of things and do them well. He's received awards in science and athletics. On behalf of the staff at North Penn High School, we congratulate all students who received awards here tonight. You make us look good. Thank you.
Scott's second award is from the Lansdale Medical Group to a student entering the medical profession, presented by Dr. Bond. And Scott's third award is from the Theta Chapter Alpha Gamma Sigma Fraternity Kenneth D. House Memorial Award for outstanding recognition to school in 3 years of athletic competition, presented by Mr. Ryan. James Ward. I guess James is absent. He is receiving the North Penn Valley Boys and Girls Club Phil Homer Memorial Scholarship. It's to further the education of the North Penn Valley Boys and Girls Club member in engineering, computer science, or other technical trades. Next is Jennifer Ward. Jennifer's receiving 3 awards. First, from North Penn Education Association Commonwealth Leonard Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Mrs. Cook. She also receives the North Penn High School Mathematics Faculty Award for Excellence in Mathematics, presented by Mr. Stewart. And lastly, from the Student Government Association for Outstanding Contribution to SGA, presented by Mr. Finmont.
Public service and service to others are traits that we hope that we instill in each of the young people who go through the halls of North Penn High School. Jen has served so well as coordinator, as co-coordinator of public relations for the Student Government Association, and has fostered recognition projects for students, canned food drives, has assisted in having our students donate over 250 pints of blood this year to the American Red Cross. Jennifer, for these things and your many services behind the scenes, we extend you our congratulations as the outstanding senior member of SGA. Thank you.
Kelly Waterfield. Kelly's receiving 2 awards. The first is the Carl Hoppe Memorial Award for a student entering the field of physical education or physical therapy, presented by Mr. Ryan. And Kelly's second award is from the Quaker State Vending Company for outstanding contribution to North Penn High School Athletic Department, also presented by Mr. Ryan. The next recipient is Jonathan Weil. Jonathan's award is from the North Penn High School Science faculty. It's for commendable achievement in science, presented by Mr. Lukens.
This is the final science award being given this evening, but before I give it to Jonathan, I'd like to thank all of you who are sitting out there in the audience. Student achievement is based on many factors, not the least of which is parent support, and we who sit up here and in the classrooms do appreciate that support. And with all in recent weeks and months and even years of the negative things that have been written about education, I certainly think we should be proud of the 147 positive examples that we've seen tonight.
Joseph Wiener. Joseph is not here tonight. He is receiving the North Penn High School Spirit of Racial Algebra Award for outstanding in determination, perseverance, and self-reliance. Next is Sarah Weston. Sarah's award is from the North Penn High School Theater Department, the Spotlight Award, presented by Mrs. Sinical.
This award is given this year to a student who has shown outstanding growth and love of the theater over the past 3 years. Sarah has been very active in Green Room. She has served as our historian and this year as our vice president. She was always willing to do anything and several times passed by my room and just give me a really warm and welcoming smile and offered to do anything that needed to be done. And that's why I chose her for this award. I'm very proud to give it to her. Congratulations, Sarah.
Our next recipient is Michelle Wetzel. He's receiving 4 awards. The first is the Congressman's Medal of Merit, presented by Dr. Pope. Her second award is the North Penn High School Award to an Outstanding Senior, presented by Dr. Bond. Her next award is the North Penn High School Class of 1990, Outstanding Dedication and Commitment to the Class of 91, presented by Mrs. Park. And Michelle's last award is the North Penn Junior Women's Club Mildred Kratz Reichling Award to an athlete who, by excellent school spirit, devotion, loyalties, and scholastic achievement, has won recognition as an outstanding student athlete, presented by Mr. Ryan. Heather Whipple is our next recipient. Heather will receive 2 awards. The first is the North Penn Chapter of National Honor Society Lewis Ferrer Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Contribution to School and Community, presented by Mrs. Finnemeyer. And her second award is from the North Penn High School Mathematics Faculty for Excellence in Mathematics, presented by Mr. Stewart. Next is Eric Whitaker. Eric is receiving a North Penn High School Special Recognition Award to a student who, by example, helps to create and maintain a positive school atmosphere, presented by Dr. Pope. Albert Yukulevich. Albert's award is the John Fazzini Memorial Award for Exceptional Progress in a Specialized Program, presented by Mr. Fink. Jennifer Zapata. Jennifer is receiving the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mr. Jordan. Michelle Zapata. Michelle's award is from the North Penn Education Association Thomas F. Leonard Memorial Recognition Award, presented by Mrs. Cook.
This award represents the last of the awards by the North Penn Education Association. We as teachers would like to thank you for sending us your students. Many of them have been with us from kindergarten all the way through, and they certainly are a terrific group.
And our last award goes to Jennifer Zoll, who was unable to be here. Jennifer is receiving the North Penn Junior Women's Club Award for outstanding success in home economics.